There was an article on All That's Interesting about Call the Void, and I was just going through the comments of it to see, because a lot of times if you find like a topic and then you look at it and then you scroll down, there's like 8 to 10 comments on these random like forums or websites.
Right.
But some of the best stories I found have been from those comment sections.
Yeah.
And so these were from an article on All That's Interesting. One was Emily Hintz says, quote, "I was on a chairlift once in Colorado when I was absolutely overcome with the desire to jump. It was the first time skiing in a long time. I was alone on the chairlift and I was very high up. I doubt I would have survived the fall. I had no idea there was a word for this, L'appel Du Vide, until today. I was not suicidal, but the desire was incredibly strong. It took all of my will not to jump. It was very frightening." And then I found someone responded to Emily's comment, someone that goes by Sutton 907, so it could be an Alaskan.
Probably
an Alaskan. How ironic.
from Sutton.
That would make a lot of sense, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was some dude's last name. And I was like, yeah, there's a Sutton. Gotcha. Sutton 90, Sutton, Alaska, is responded to Emily. See, it's like Kismet, man. I don't know. What are the odds that of the 8 to 10 comments on this random website, one of them is from Alaska?
It's weird.
It's very weird. Maybe I should jump into a void. No. Saying, anyway, he says, "This happened to me for the first time while stuck on a chairlift in Montana. I rode back down and it occurred almost instantly once I was back on the chairlift. It developed into a profound chairlift phobia that was stuck with me my entire life." That's nuts.
Have
dude.
you been on a chairlift?
No, I haven't.
I wouldn't be surprised if those are thoughts that have passed a lot of skiers or
you could just jump out.
Because it's a simple design.
Yeah.
People do fall off of them and die, screw around and fall off them and die. I mean, I don't remember when I was on a chairlift if I thought that. I remember probably because when I took China snowboarding when she was younger.
Yeah.
And I remember that all I could think about was how to get off the chairlift with China falling on her ass and she would spaz out. She had a mental block. You're just getting off of it. So I remember one time she fell in front of me.
Yeah.
I had to jump over with the snowboard attached to one foot and duck underneath the chairlift.
Classic.
Yeah, China.
It's a story you should bring up to her. I'm sure she'd be thrilled. No, I've never been on one, but at the same time, they seem kind of terrifying. Like
they could be. I'm the type.
It's cool, I'm sure. Like you're like, oh wow, how peaceful. But for me, I'd be looking down like, yeah, that's way too easy for me to just go. Woo.
But if you're sitting there doing the right thing, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
I mean,
doing the right thing in this case is sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Do you want to read the one from Christopher Townsend?
Yes. I've had this same experience, but I always thought of it more along the lines of, because I'm thinking so much about not jumping, I guess I should say, quote, because I'm thinking so much about not jumping, the tension will build up so much that my body will betray me and jump, unquote. Kind of like that feeling when you get a burst of energy and just have to move around.
That does, I mean, it's the same thing like if you're holding 2 items and you're trying to throw one away. And you always throw away the one that you don't want to throw away.
Yeah.
China was laughing so hard watching this video of this guy that there's like a catch and release with a fish. And so he's holding the fish and he's like taking a photo with it and stuff. Then he walks to the edge of the boat and he just throws his phone into the fucking ocean. And as it goes, you see the life leave his eyes. And he's like, no. And he's holding this flopping fish all over the place. And he's just like desperately wishing he would. But that's happened to me every time I hold 2 things and I go to a trash can. I promise you, I'm going to throw away the thing that I didn't want to throw away. I'm going to hold on to the piece of trash that I meant to throw away.
Maybe that's a good example of your subconscious mind trying to help you out and you reading the signals wrong. And people are like up on a tall cliff and they're like,
definitely don't jump.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, oh, jump? Here we go.
Like now? Okay, here we go. Whoa.
I always wanted to be a stuntman.
And now you're a dead man. I guess I could understand that because my brain literally does it every time I go to throw something away.
Are you ready for a crazy theory?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say Mother Earth actually has some control over the way the world works. And Mother Earth is able to send a disaster in the name of or a tsunami, earthquake,
sure,
a hurricane, whatever, to help with the infestation it has of humans and too many humans. Bye.